Hello everyone. In this week's Tech Tuesday, we are going to be presenting Insert Learning, a Chrome extension that enables you to convert any web page into a worksheet. So this is the web page that we're going to convert into a worksheet. This one talks about the You Will ads that AT&T published in 1993, where they had amazing predictions that are pretty much commonplace in today's society. So I'm going to start off by just showing you what this looks like originally. So you have a bunch of pictures and text. There's no inner activity whatsoever. At any point, if you feel like pausing this or going back to this once I show you the worksheet version, just so you can compare it, please feel free to do that. So that's the website. I'm going to show you the Insert Learning version. I added some things to it. Basically, I added a video, a question, and a discussion board. So the idea behind that was that, these ads came out in 1993, and the kids are not going to have any idea what the You Will ads are unless they actually see it. So I inserted that You Will commercials video that I just got on YouTube. I'm going to show you how I did that later on. I also added a question because I want this to be a graded assignment. The question that I added is state 3 predictions in the You Will video that are commonplace in the 21st century. So this is an open-ended question that you're going to have to grade yourself. But if you wanted to add, multiple choice answers or answer choices, you could do that here, and you could give it an answer key so that Insert Learning can grade it automatically. The third thing that I added here is the discussion board. And the question that I added, the prompt that I added is discuss the prediction that you believe had the most impact on how technology is used at present. Anyone in any of the classes that this is assigned to is going to be able to respond to this question, and everyone else will be able to see the responses and comment on that. So those are the 3 things that I added there. Obviously, you can get as fancy with this as you want to. You can add more questions if you wanted to. In the next parts of the video, I'm going to show you how to create an account with Insert Learning, how to create these assignments, assign them to the classes, add students to the class, and view the responses so that you can grade them. So now that we know how that looks like from the student side, I'm going to show you how to first log in and then use it for your classes. So first thing that you need to do is get on Google and type in insertlearning.com. It should take you to this web page. Notice how on the top right it says login. We're not going to touch that yet. What we're going to do is click on the Add to Chrome button. And it's going to take you to this Chrome Web Store page. You have the name of the app here, Insert Learning, and then to the right you have the Add to Chrome button. Please click on that and then Add Extension. And once it's there, you're going to see on the top right corner of your ribbon, you're going to have the Insert Learning icon, and you're going to have the confirmation message. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to sign up with Google. So I just clicked on that, and I'm going to choose my district email. It's going to ask me a few questions. So I am a teacher, and the name of my class is Principles of Applied Engineering. And then I'm going to create it. Okay, now I'm in. Now, just one thing to keep in mind, even though it asked us to set up one class, which in this case I created Principles of Applied Engineering, I can actually make more classes. All I have to do is click on Classes and add new class. So for example, if I had an ELA1 and ELA2 class and I wanted them to have different web pages to work on today, I can assign one of the web pages for ELA 1 and a different web page for ELA 2. So now that you have your class set up, next thing that you need to do is add students to it. And there are actually two ways to do this. Whenever you created the class, if you imported your Google Classroom and you already have students in there, then they will automatically be integrated into your class here. If you want your students to manually enroll, all you have to do is click on this icon here, and it's going to give you the class code right here and the link that they have to go to so that they can sign up for your class. All right, so now just going back here to create a new lesson, things I have to do is select any web page, add questions to the page, and then send the lessons to the class. Now if I create a new lesson by clicking on plus new lesson, it tells me there's two ways to do this. The first way is just to go into the web page itself and click on the extension so that we can have our toolbar that we can work on, or we can find relevant engaging content with the educator curated search. I already have a web page that I want to use for an assignment, so I'm going to go with the first option here. So I'm going to show you how I added those videos and questions. To do that, once you're in the website, you look at the ribbon at the top there. You're going to see the icon for Insert Learning. Remember that we installed this extension earlier in the video. When I click on that, you're going to have a toolbox that shows up. I'm just going to dismiss that. These are just tutorials. Some options that you have include highlighting text, inserting a sticky note, inserting a question, inserting a discussion. And you see these three dots there. This is the generic icon for more options. So if I click on that, these are all the things that I can do. Add students, share with teachers, edit lesson info, view as a student, and so on and so forth. So if I edit the lesson info, we can call it whatever we want to. I'm going to assign this to other because this is an engineering class, and my engineering class covers 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. I could put in some tags like engineering, futurism, predicting the future. And then once I'm done with that, I can just click on save. All right, now that I'm done with that, one of the things that I want them to see is the UL ads, because it'll make sense for them to see the videos before we actually read through the article. So the way that I can do that is I can just click on insert a sticky note, and I'll insert that under this. And you're going to have a box that pops up. It says here type here or paste anything. You can paste images, YouTube links, embed codes. I have that video here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the link to it and then go back and right click and paste. Once I do that, the video is going to be automatically inserted. Now, to make sure that the students have watched the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a question right under this, and the question is state 3 predictions in the you will video that are commonplace in the 21st century. And when I click create, you're going to have that question there. Once the students respond to it, the responses are stored in their file for this assignment. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Another thing that I want to do is start a discussion with them about how the predictions impacted life in the 21st century. So I can insert a discussion here underneath that, and I can say discuss the prediction that you believe had the most impact on how technology is used at present. And so when I create that, it's going to be a discussion board where all the students from all the classes that this is assigned to are going to be able to respond, and everyone else can see the responses and react to it. So if I wanted to highlight things, I could do that here too. Artificial intelligence. And then if I wanted them to focus on healthcare, I could highlight that too. But pretty much that's how it goes. And that is how you embed your worksheet in the website. So now that we have our lesson inserted into this web page, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to assign it to the class. And to do that, again, in the toolbox here, you click on IL, that's the assign button. And then you can either create a new class, integrate it into your Google Classroom, copy the link, or just assign it to whichever class you already have there. So I already have Principles of Applied Engineering there. What I'm going to have to do is click on that class that I want to assign it to, and then click on Assign, and it should be assigned to that class. Another way to do it is just to go back to your dashboard. That's your insertlearning.com dashboard. You're going to see the lesson there, and you could, that's under the lesson tab, you could assign it, and you're going to do the same thing. Once we have assigned it, we can go to the classes tab, and you're going to see that that lesson is assigned to that specific class that you assigned it to. So now you have created your lesson, you have assigned it to the students, and they have answered the question. And now the next step for us is to view what their answers are so we can give them a grade. To do that, all you have to do is go back to the Insert Learning dashboard. So that's insertlearning.com /v1 /dashboard/. And once you're there and you're signed in, there's a grades tab that you can click on. It's going to have some filtering options. So I filtered it by the class Principles of Applied Engineering. I selected the lesson that I wanted to see answers for. You can filter it by question and filter it by student. So if any of the students have given answers to this, then the answers are going to come out. Because this is an open-ended question, then I will have to manually grade it. If I used a multiple choice question, then Insert Learning will grade that automatically for you. So that is our first Tech Tuesday for 2019. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something from it that you can use in your classroom. Today we looked at Insert Learning. We learned how to use it to insert questions and videos and comments to web pages and basically make them worksheets. We also learned how to create classes, add students to classes, assign the web page for each class, and view the answers to the questions. This is Gerald Julito for Instructional Technologies Tech Tuesday. If you have any questions about Insert Learning or any educational technology tool, again, please do not hesitate to call on me and Caleb. We are one email away. Have a great week. See you next week.